What am I doing? Pressing record.
All right, folks, apologies. I've just hit record now. So without further ado, I'd like to just give the screen over to Adem. Do you do, Adem?
No worries. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Bit of a pump up there, so I have to live up to those expectations. But yeah, firstly, thanks for the opportunity to do the TGIM. I'm pretty pumped. Pretty exciting.
Pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
Yeah, hopefully someone can get something out of this. That's the goal. If only one person takes something away, I've done my job. But yeah, I'm going to be pretty open and honest about my journey. I'm only 22 and what I've done so far, giving up a full-time job to do Herbalife full-time. And yeah, just some of the things I've done along the way. So yeah, let's get into it, eh? So yeah, a bit about me. Adem Barolli, that's my name. I'm originally from Shepparton. Country Victoria. So that photo of me in the top left-hand corner, that's at Mount Major. It's about 20 minutes from my house. So I often go up there with my mum, some mornings, some nights and whatnot. I like to explore a little bit, get out into the nature. So I'm from a country town, I know a lot of people, and yeah, hopefully, we can work this magic of helping some people. And I don't know if anyone or everyone on here is doing Herbalife, if they're not doing Herbalife or whatever. If you can just take something from this, that's the main thing, regardless. If you're a bloody, I shouldn't say that, sorry. You're a medical person or whatever. But yeah, hopefully someone can take something from this. Yeah, I'm 22 years old. My birthday is actually on Friday, so I'll turn 23 next week, which is exciting. Or this week, I should say. I've travelled Europe a little bit. Spent 6 months in London. Been to Paris, travelled across Europe. I graduated, went to university at La Trobe Uni, which I'll touch more on that. I worked as a sports journo as well at the local newspaper here in Shepparton. So that was a bit of a thrill, having growing up, wanted to be a sports journo. I fulfilled that goal. And yeah, perks of the gig, you get to interview some people like Harry Kuehl when he come to Shep, got to do a Q&A with him in the paper and some other high profile athletes. So yeah, it's a pretty cool opportunity. But then I found Herbalife. So that's me there on the left. I come across Herbalife. I'll get a bit more into my story in Herbalife in the next few slides, but that's my transformation. When I was at university in Melbourne, I come back from my trip overseas, studied abroad in England, and I was a bit overweight, and I happened to come across my sponsor, which is this guy here, Zorro, also known as Peter Kokolis. He lived opposite my sister in an apartment blocks in Melbourne. So from there, I skeptically jumped on the products and whatnot. And then, yeah, he's pretty much changed my life. And then it's where I fell in love with Herbalife. And then there's obviously this guy here, Mark Hughes, the founder of Herbalife. So, yeah, obviously big thanks to Peter and Mark Hughes for laying the foundations for this great company. I'm pretty big on personal development. I haven't always liked reading, but I like finding interesting things and trying to dissect them, if that makes sense. And then part of, after doing Herbalife, we talk about personal development, the TGIMs, and as Andrew touched on, a bit of Jim Rowan and whatnot. But this is what my sort of day looks like. It's important to have your day, you plan your day and not have your day plan you, if that makes sense. So I get up early in the morning and straight away I get my mindset right. I go to bed at about 11 o'clock every night, and then I wake up at 4:12 exactly, my alarm's on. And then by the time I get up, I do my personal development. I read my books, or I, listen to audio books, or I listen to Jim Rowan, or I listen to Mark Hughes, and then I go to the gym, and then my day sort of starts then from 9 o'clock. But I'll touch more on my day a bit later. But, that's how I start the day. And I think it's so important to get your mindset right, because we surround ourselves in a community where there's so many negative people and skeptics out there. So, whatever people say and whatever people do, you can't let their opinions control your fate. As I said, I've got about 35 books. That's just some of them there. But yeah, since joining Herbalife, I think the biggest, you can read these books and whatnot, but you got to invest in the company. So you got to try and learn, what the leaders have done before you. And as Andrew said, try and bleed green. You got to really be passionate about the vision, the purpose, the mission. And, here's some quotes from Jim Rowan that I really resonate with. Is don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. And that's something a lot of people think, why isn't it happening for me? And I do that too sometimes, but you just got to think to yourself, stop complaining, go out there and do the work yourself. And if you do the work, you do the action, and you make the effort, it will be better for you. So don't complain, just go out there and do it yourself. And there's also this one here. You have two choices. You can make a living or you can design a life. And while I was working at the Shep News for a year, I was making a living. I wasn't able to design my life. I had that part-time mindset doing Herbalife because I knew I had the full-time wage coming in from the Shep News. So I was making a living, but I wasn't able to design my life. Regardless of whether I worked harder or worked less, I wasn't able to determine, the value I was bringing to the marketplace in terms of my income and helping people. So I made a bit of a decision. I'll talk about that later, but made a decision to jump ship, burn the boats, and best decision I've ever made. And then, of course, there's this quote here: your success is only limited by your own imagination and your own hard work. I don't think you can say much more else after that. Do the work, put in the effort, and, you'll get rewarded for what you've done. That's obviously from Mark Hughes, the founder of Herbalife and the first distributor. Credit to him, mate. Young man, grand ambitions, changing the world. Regardless of what your work is, if you're a medical student, a police officer, whatever, if your company has got events on, attend the events because, it might be a seminar, a conference, extravaganza or whatever. Attend them because once you go to these events, you can feel like you can run through a brick wall. You've got that much momentum, that much energy. And if you stop attending these events, you'll get knocked out by that brick wall. You don't have the momentum. You'll run forward and then you'll just go bang and fall on your backside. So it's important to go to these events. This one here was me. Don't know why I shaved my hair there. But anyway, that was me at my first spectacular last year. This photo down here was at the extravaganza in Bangkok, the one I went to with Andrew. We were on the flight together. That was a good memory. But going to this, it's like you're a superstar, really. It's crazy. You go to these events and there's so many people there. They want photos with you. And because I'm not massive in height, but I'm about 190 centimeters and I feel like a giant there. And they always come up to you. They want to take photos because you're tall. And then you're an Aussie as well, which tops it off. But also, when you go to these events, you get to meet people who are doing what you want to do, but better. And, I've got to meet Quentin Revoir, who I look up to. He's an inspiration, what he does in France and all around the world with his fit clubs and his, his just attitude is everything. He's just so good. And then obviously Enrique Carrillo, we had him at the Spectacular, which was awesome. And, you can go to these events and you can listen to everything, but there might be just one thing that you take away from it. And with Enrique, he started the business when he was 22. So that's the same age as me. He can talk about love and all these passions and whatnot that he had along the way, his journey. But actually to see him physically and where he's come from to what he is now and to start the company or start the business the same age as I am, that really resonated most with me. Probably didn't resonate with anyone else, but there's that one thing if you go to these events that you really pick up on and you think to yourself, if he can do it, why can't I do it? And at 22 years old, 10 years of grinding, hard work, hustling, and you look at him now, he's impacting lives all around the world. So, that was just one little thing that I just sat back and was like, damn, this is an awesome opportunity. And then obviously we had Garen Jones, who's a master in personal development mindset. We had the Change Your Mindset, Change Your Life seminar in Melbourne, which was pretty cool, going eye to eye with people, people coming to tears that you don't even, know of, but you don't know personally, and they're crying in front of you and you're just like, man, this guy, he brings the best out of you, makes people really open up. It's just crazy. And then obviously we've got the event coming up now. I've already booked my tickets. Sorry, guys. I've already booked my tickets with Peter Kokolis, the sponsor, with Kuda and also Chris, captain. So we've booked our flights, our tickets, our accommodation. Whatever you do, just try and make an effort to get there because, like I said, there might be one little light bulb moment that flicks your switch and you're just like, damn, I can do this. The opportunity, regardless, whether it's Herbalife or whatever the event is that you're incorporated with, just go for it and make sure you attend them all because they're life-changing, really. You hear people talk about it, but until you experience it firsthand, it's bamboozling. So university, I studied at La Trobe Uni. I studied journalism, always grew up wanting to be a journalist, sports journalist. I had my own radio show when I was in year 11, 2 hours every Wednesday, 5 to 7. We had the drive show. We had talkback radio and stuff like that. So that was a bit of a buzz. Me and my friend ran that for a year. That was good fun. Called footy grand finals. Did, like I said, talkback radio. Had a TV show, not TV show, online show and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. But then university took me overseas. I studied abroad in the UK. I love my soccer, so I went over there. It was probably a blessing in disguise because that's where I put on my weight. I was going out, I was partying, I was drinking, wasn't really studying. I was just having fun. You know, I was a 21-year-old overseas running amok, to be honest. You know, you had one night, it was a Thursday night, you book flights for $20 and you're in Spain for the weekend. So, you know, I was just having fun, to be honest. And I'm grateful that I went because that's where I put on the weight. If I hadn't have put on the weight, I wouldn't be in this position today, I don't think. But, and then, yeah, obviously came back from study abroad, and then that's where I found Herbalife. Got the, started Herbalife, but doing it, you know, with the result and whatnot. And then I come back to Shepparton after I got a job as a journo. So this photo here is my first day as a journo. So I grew up, dreamt about it, wanting to be a journo, watched, you know, Eddie McGuire, listened to commentary. And, you know, this day was pretty awesome because it's like, you know, my dreams finally come true. I've done what I wanted to do. I'm here. I'm there. There's my desk. There's my water bottle. So I made sure it was there. Anyway, yes, that was pretty awesome for me personally. And then that was my first article in the paper, this one here, Vince Leah. Vince Leah, I don't know if you guys know, he plays for Adelaide United now, but he's from a small town near Shepparton, so I got to interview him for my first article. Like I said, yeah, you meet some cool people too, like Harry Kuehl. And then this is where we did an online video show, so that would get about 5,000 views per week. So that was just talking about the local footy competition in the area, which was pretty cool. That went for about half an hour. So that was daunting at the start, but that helped me with my speaking and whatnot. So I was pretty grateful for that opportunity. Spent a year as a journo. I started on the January 10th. Yeah, no, Jan 8th. It was a Sunday. We had to work Sundays all the time. It was the worst. Anyway, Jan 8th I started, and then December the 3rd, I handed in my resignation after being there less than a year. And yeah, that's when I decided to burn the bridges and do Herbalife full time. While I was working at the Shep News, I was doing Herbalife with a part-time mindset and a real part-time mindset. I think I already touched on it, but, you know, I'd go to work, I'd go out and do flyers and whatnot, but while I was at the Shep News, I was reluctantly doing flyers. I was reluctantly going up to people because I knew that I had that part-time income coming in. And then I was like, well, for things to change and for me to get a better future, you know, I couldn't really see myself going further in the journalism industry. I was like, I really need a change. And I want to find, you know, more purpose out of life and out of what I want to do, because I know how people felt. Here, I was 110 kilos. And to the right, I lost 35 kilos in 5 months. You know, my visceral fat dropped from 27 to 1. My metabolic age went from 39 to 13. You know, so I just missed out on my 40th, but now I'm a teenager again, you know, internally. So I understand where people were coming from and how they feel, you know, from not going to the beach and not wanting to take your top off, you know, being worried about what people thought about you, the judgments, the fears, the things that you want to overcome, you know, not able to play sport because, you know, you felt like the fat kid from being a pretty good sportsman as a junior too. But then you put on this weight and then you start to second guess yourself. You want to doubt yourself. So then after overcoming all those obstacles and then losing the weight with the strong mindset and dedication, stuck to the program to a T. You know, you'd have your bad days here and there where you might have a kebab and whatnot. But yeah, I stuck to it, and then I helped my father lose 30 kilos as well. So from that effect, you know, you fall into the business after doing it part-time, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to burn the bridge. People told me I was stupid. People told me I was this. People told me, what are you doing? You're getting involved in this company, blah, 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 blah. But you just block it out. You've got to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. So I wanted more, and I decided to hand in my resignation on the 3rd of December, and I finished up on the 28th. So I started 2018 doing Herbalife full-time with not the biggest team, with not the biggest amount of people, you know, with not the biggest volume, but I knew if I make the decision and I make the commitment, I'll do it. And, you know, from now till then, my volume's gone up each month. I'm getting more people. I think I was looking at it before. I've got 20 people so far this month, you know, clients. So it's pretty good. Last month was good as well, but continue to build. So you've got your old customers and you work on your new customers. So, you know, it's just about getting out there and talking to more people. And since going full-time, you've got to have that full-time mindset. That's why I was talking about my DMO before. the days. You got to let your day. You can't let your day control you. You've got to control your day, and it's very important when you want to become like an entrepreneur or whatever. Because we've got time freedom now. It's so easy to go watch the Australian Open when that was on and watch one set or two sets, but before you know it, there's an hour out of your day gone. It's an hour you're not going to get back. So you got to make the most of every minute. You know, you grind hard, you hustle now, and you could be living the lifestyle freedom of choice within the next 5 to 7 to 10 years. You know, it's all about how bad you want it. And yeah, by burning the bridges and leaving my job, it's just about stepping out of your comfort zone. And I'm massive on comfort zone. Life doesn't happen until you get out of your comfort zone. I loved what I was doing at the Shep News, but now, you know, it's unbelievable what I'm doing now. Working for myself, for other people, helping them achieve their health and wellness goals is sensational. I get a buzz out of seeing people with a smile on their face. It's crazy, you know. Even if they lose 2 kilos or 3 kilos, you're like, you know what? This guy's got a buzz in his step. And it makes you feel good, you know. And it's all because I stood out of my comfort zone. I go hand out flyers, people judge you and whatever, but you can't let people's opinions derail you from what you want to do in the future. Comfort zone's a massive thing. And if you're humming and hawing about doing something, just do it. Nike's got the best saying in the world. Just do it. Get out of your comfort zone and do it. Don't hesitate. Kill your ego. Ego's a big thing too. You know, that's similar to your comfort zone. You're worried about what other people are going to think of you. If you worry about what other people are going to think of you, you're going to get nowhere in life, to be honest. You know, you got to just put your ego in the back pocket. Go for that walk. Hand out that flyer. You know, I've handed out flyers when I was doing it part-time, and you see your friend or you see someone you know, someone that you go to the gym with, and you're like, oh, and you sort of deviate, go behind that tree. But now it's just like, here you go, mate. Here, I can help change your life. You want to do it or not? No? All right, when you're ready, come talk to me. Don't let your ego get in your back pocket. You're there for a purpose to help more people. So if you can help more people, you know, you're not doing anything wrong. You know, you're impacting lives. Everyone's got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So shut up and listen more. It's simple. If someone corrects you and you feel offended, then you have an ego problem. We've got 2 ears. So listen. Don't feel upset when someone tells you what's right or what's wrong. You know, listen to their opinions. If you're in a room, some of the most smartest people don't talk. You know, they listen. They get ideas off other people and then they dissect what's right and wrong for them. I can talk all day, which is probably a good and bad thing. But, you know, I've got to learn to shut my mouth a bit more. Because when you listen, that's when you really develop and understand, and, you know, you can learn from other people, essentially. And there's confidence without ego. Try and have confidence. That's all well and good, but don't strut around like you're the kingpin. You know, confidence is great, but do it without ego. As I've touched on already, control your day. Don't let your day control you. Like I said, I get up in the morning. I've got my gym and personal development. I smash that. Lately, I've been listening more so to Jim Rohn and Mark Hughes because, you know, I want to bleed green more so and really understand and develop that mission and drive that those before us had. I get up in the morning. I do my Herbalife homework. It's things that I need to improve on, things that I need to understand better, whether it be the marketing plan, certain product, whether it be, you know, whatever it is. I know I write down a list of things throughout the day before. Oh, I need to do that. I need to understand that. So I write that down, then the next day I follow up on it. Walk and talk, getting out of your comfort zone and ego. A lot of people, like I said, were like me. They hide when they see someone they know. Don't let your ego stop you. You know, that person that you go up to could be your diamond. They could be someone who could really help. You could really help change their life, but also your life too. Lunch, 12 o'clock. Between 1 and 2, I sort of just get my mind off things a little bit, do whatever I've got to do, just sort of cruise through that bit, because I think it's important to not let you get too caught up in the emotion of things. So you need that little bit of break, and then bang, from 3 o'clock, follow up. You try and follow the clients and whatnot, give them a call, do some weigh-ins and whatnot. And then from 4 to 5, I do walk and talk again. I go to a different place. In Shep, there's probably 3 main areas. There's the mall, there's the marketplace, and then there's Riverside Plaza. So I float between those 3 areas, then the lake as well, where people go walk around. And I just go up to them and approach them. You've got nothing to lose. As Enrique did on stage at Spectacular, for those who were there. He got everyone to scream no at him. He was still alive. He walked away. He's gone back to America now. It's not going to kill you. People are just going to say no, and you go, no problem. When you're ready, come talk to me. Don't be afraid. Fit clubs I do now as well. HLM, TGIM, a product training. So that's how most of my week's scheduled. My days are scheduled. Of course, there's going to be deviations in there where you got to make time for certain things or certain people, appointments or whatever it is. but I try and have a structure to control my day rather than control me. How we're going here. Here we are. I am Herbalife. Whatever job you're doing, make it known to everyone else around you what you're doing. So when they think of you, or when they think of Herbalife, they think of Adem. I know there's some other distributors around here that do Herbalife as well. That's well and good. There's 60,000 people. Share the love. But, I want everyone to think I'm Herbalife. Herbalife, Adem. Sorry, I'm talking too much. Yeah, I'm going all right. Yeah, so that's my car. It's branded there. It's got the Herbalife there. There's a little Facebook logo with the Shep Lifestyle Club. My mobile number's on there. There's a sticker on the door of our logo. In the back, I like to say it's a Three Amigos. Some people say it's a Three Hillbillies. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. There's me there. Never leave the house without my button. I think I've got the same attire on. No, different hat. But yeah, never leave the house without my button now. And then that's our group training sign as well. We've got the A-frame there that we put up. And there's the group training. So on walk and talk, I was talking a little bit about that. I've got 2 sets of flyers. And I don't care what people think, people say or whatever. I just go out and hand out flyers. I go up to people, build a bit of a relationship. Hey, how you going? What's your name? That's all right. Look, my name's Adem. I'm a local health coach. I lost 35 kilos in 5 months and I also run free group trainings at the lake. This may or may not be for you, but if you do know anyone, feel free to get in contact with me because I'd love to help them out. Bang, that's it. Give them the flyers. They might ask more questions. They might even throw the flyers on the ground, which has happened to me before. So you pick the flyer up, look at it, it's crinkled, all right, put it in the bin. You don't want to give a bad flyer to someone. But who cares? They threw it on the ground. At least you've talked to them. If you didn't talk to them, they still might have it in the back of their mind that they know that this guy, helps people with their health and wellness goals and does free group training. So it's, an opportunity not to be missed. From the flyers, the whole purpose is to get people to expose them to the products. So my purpose with the flyers is to do 200 personal invitations a day. So that's speaking to 200 people directly, not letterbox drops because there's no personal touch to it. We're in a relationship business, so you got to build relationships. So from the 200 personal flyers, that's 40 a day, 20 in the morning, 20 in the afternoon. And if I don't feel the flyers have built a good enough relationship, I continue to do 20 until I think I've done my 20. Then that leads to a presentation, whether it be the Fit Club or HOM. Hopefully I want to get out of the 200, I want 20 people to come through that week. From that, you get 5 clients and 2 members. That's the goal. My Fit Club, that's, we have a bit of fun there, There's my dad's mate, Tony. There's my dad. I was at the STS on Saturday. My dad ran the Saturday morning boxing club, Fit Club. So that's pretty good. Got the support of the family, which is awesome. And, that's another group photo that we had when Kuda was down. And even just here, you're getting out to local communities. I've done a netball club, a football netball club as well. So I'm getting out there doing the free group trainings, taking the truck out there, making shakes in the back of the truck, just exposing people to the products, letting them know that if they need Herbalife or they need any help, that I'm the man to go to. So my DMOs are Fit Clubs. I've given it, it's free. I started that on the 10th of the 1st. My first one was 14 people. That's the first photo there. And my analogy is through Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if anyone knows who he is or has listened to him. He talks about give before you get. He uses a boxing analogy where, you jab, and then hook. So I've given for the last, nearly 2 months, and now I'm running a body transformation challenge which starts on Thursday. We get about 20 people on average coming through to our group training. 12 of them are new people signing up for the body transformation challenge, and they've all purchased products. So I've given value, free training, free shakes, free this, meal plans, this and that for the last 2 months. And all I haven't asked, I've just given, and then I'm getting it back. So that's a big analogy. Too many people want to get before they give, but you got to give before you get. That's very important. And finally, as I said before, Nike's saying it's the best. Just do it. If you got doubts or you're questioning yourself about whether you should start a Fit Club or whether you should go for that promotion or whatever it is, just do it. Go for it. You're going to be better off in the long run. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. What's the worst thing, You just start again. Action is massive. Make sure you action everything. It's similar. Sorry, guys, my voice is actually going. Just action it. Just do it. Get out of your comfort zone because that's where the magic starts to happen. Leave your ego behind and don't care what other people think. Too many times nowadays, people are worried about what Jim, John, or Jack will say about you. Who cares? You don't want their opinion to impact your life. And finally, I heard this last quote from Quentin Revoir on a video I was watching of him. And it really resonates with me personally because I'm a bit of a child sometimes. For those who really know me, I like to joke around and muck around. I've got a serious side sometimes. But have a business mentality with childlike enthusiasm. Whatever it is that you're doing, make sure you're switched on and you know what you're doing, but have fun. Be the energy in the room. Be the bright spark. Make sure everyone looks at you and go, you know what, this guy's fun. You want to be the law of attraction. You want to be the most positive person, the most happy person in that room, so you bring positive and happy people back to you with childlike enthusiasm. Because, you know, if you look at a child running around, everyone always tells that child to stop making noise, sit down, whatever. But you're limiting that child. That child's free. That child doesn't care what anyone thinks about them. But as they grow older, they become to stop because they think of, you know, the ego, people, what they think about them. But as a child, they don't care what anyone thinks. They just go out and do it. And that's what you got to do. You have that business mentality with the child's enthusiasm. And that's it, guys. Any questions? I think, yeah, that's it. That's it. Hope you've enjoyed it. I know I have. I think I went for about half an hour, which is good. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. Hopefully you've got something out of that. But yeah, and thanks obviously, Andrew, for the opportunity. I hope you enjoyed it, and everyone who's on here that enjoyed it as well, because it's a bit of a privilege for me to do something like this.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. I think I can speak on all who have logged in tonight that that was absolute gold. Attitude Plus. That's another good book. Attitude Plus, and that's just what I've seen since the very first time I met you. So that was excellent, mate. Thank you very much for your time. Has anyone got any questions for Adem, or maybe how he might be talking to people that he's seeing out in Shep, or maybe anything that's on your mind?
Fire away, guys. Feel free. I'm here till 10.
Okay, hang on, Bev. We can't hear you. I'm just going to try and unmute you. You want to speak, Bev?
Hi. I just want to know, so you go up to these 40, and so how do you break the ice again? How do you strike up the conversation? Like, what do you say?
Did you say the football clubs, or is that just people on the street?
In the street.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do a bit of role play for you.
A demonstration. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm walking around. I see someone over there, and I'll just go up to them. A bit daunting at first. You get nervous, but I just walk up to them and go, "Hey, going, guys? My name's Adem. What's your name?" And they'll say their name, or they'll just go, "Not interested," and they walk off. I go, "Right, so be it." Then you go to the next one. "Hi, guys. My name's Adem. How are you?" They'll go, "Good, thanks." You go, "That's awesome." And then you go, "Look, I'm just going to let you know I'm a local health coach. I lost 35 kilos in 5 months, and I also run free group training at the lake in Shepparton. Now, it may not be for you, or it may be for you, but if you're interested, come down, or let someone know who may be interested." Sometimes the conversation runs smoothly, sometimes it doesn't, but you just go up to people. The conversation might not go like that script. It might be a little bit different. You might just go up to someone. For example, I wear the button all the time now, and go into a suit shop and be like, "Hey, do you have any tie clips?" I like wearing tie clips. So you ask if you have a tie clip. And then, have you been busy today? What are you doing? Just strike a conversation with the person. Try and bring Herbalife back into it somehow. If they ask, "Oh, what have you been doing?" "Oh, I've been busy. Just help someone, went and weighed up a client who lost 4 kilos." And they'll be like, "Oh, what do you do?" And you just tell them. It's always about trying to bring the conversation back to Herbalife without vomiting Herbalife, if you get me.
Okay, so let me ask you, do you go, are you going to your own generation, or are you approaching anyone? Younger, older, a mature set,
I go up to anyone.
Women, guys, anybody.
You can't,
so it's...
what's the word I'm after here? You can't be too selective with who you choose, because if you don't go up to that one person who you think
wouldn't,
you miss out, and you miss out on helping someone, even if you don't think you'd like them or whatever. You just go up to them. You can't have that judgment, because you're offering someone the opportunity to better their life. So how would you feel if someone walked past you who had the opportunity to better their life, but they walked past you because they didn't think, you'd be interested?
Right.
You want to give everyone that opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Nice.
Even just too, with the button, make sure you wear the button. I had an example yesterday. I was with some friends, and I was getting Subway on the way home, and the button was in the console in my car. And I didn't really want Subway, but I was like, it's the only decent place I can get quickly. And I went to get out of the car, and then I was like, I'll chuck my button on. Walked into Subway, and the bloke was serving me. I was on my phone. It was pretty rude, to be honest. But I was trying to post someone into our group to congratulate. They jumped on the products. And then the guy's like, what do you want? I said, chicken teriyaki, 6-inch, this and that. And then I was like, can I get lettuce, onion? And he goes, how do you lose weight? And I was like, olives, capsicum. And he goes, how do you lose weight? And I wasn't paying attention to what he said. And I was like, sorry. And I was like, are you serious or are you curious? I went through the steps. And then I said, you know what? We'll just put the order through. And then I said, I'll chat to you at the counter. Then I got his number, got his contact details. He added me on Facebook. I caught up with him today. I'm going to catch up with him again tomorrow with a few more of his mates. I might get them started. And that's just the power of the button.
You see, Dem, Herbalife's not all about losing weight. It's about gaining and maintaining. For my personal experience, it was not all about the losing the weight. So Bev, don't feel comfortable wearing that pin. Okay, so I have to go with another pin because my story is not about all this weight loss. You know what I'm trying to say? So
yeah, that's fair enough.
We have to find our niche, I guess.
That's perfectly fine. But remember, there's millions and millions of testimonies. That's what I did. I grabbed my phone out. I said, look, this is my story and this is other people's stories. There's people who have put on muscle, people who have lost weight, people who have maintained. So I just went through about 10 different testimonies, and this guy was stumped. So that's when he got his Facebook and whatnot. So even if it's not your niche, that button, there's millions of testimonies that you can show. For example, if you had a photo of me, you said, listen to this guy speak. He lost 35 kilos in 5 months. Of course, results do vary, but you've just got testimonies built up. You can get anyone, regardless if they want to lose weight, gain weight, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I think it's it comes over far stronger, though, when you've actually you've accomplished that, you see. So getting there. So I find it a little bit, within our group, difficult within myself to walk around with that pin. I didn't feel comfortable with. What can I say? I actually shared that with Bianca a while ago, so she said wear the pin that you feel best with, so.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
thanks, Bev.
I saw Polly wrote in there, how do you switch your mindset? Just start reading books, listen to Mark Hughes, listen to Jim Rohn. The more you listen, the more, your thoughts control your actions and your actions control your outcome. So the more you listen to Mark Hughes, that's changing your mindset and the belief in the products, the stories, the testimonies. That's how your mindset will change. Once you become the brand and envisage the future and what's possible, your mindset will shift.
Yeah.
I've got a question. Next question. What makes you to switch your mindset? What makes you?
What makes me to become a better person? When you want to change, when you want to become better, you do different things. So that's what made me change, I suppose. And surrounding yourself with positive people makes you, want to become a better person in general. So that's what made me personally change. Because I was, growing up, I was a pretty, I was cheeky. I switched schools. I went to 2 different schools. In year 7 and 8, I went to Shepparton High School and I ran amok. I used to get suspended and whatnot. And then, year 9, going into year 9, I actually went up to my parents and said, I want to change schools. I'm hanging around with the wrong people. So I went to a Catholic school, even though I'm Muslim. I'm not a practicing Muslim, but I went to a Catholic school, went there, went to the church, went to everything, did everything that I had to do to become a better person, even though I was Muslim at a Catholic school, I still respected their values and what they did, you know, because like I've said before, for things to change, you need to change. And that's, you know, what I had to do. Hopefully.
Thank you. You're a diamond, I said, Peter, so just keep growing and growing.
Thank you.
Adem, I've got a question for you, mate.
James, how are you?
Good, mate. You smash it tonight. Good stuff. Yeah, guys, I've known Adem pretty much from when he started, and I've seen him develop into an incredible person. And it's interesting, that button response. Remember your very first button question when we were in Adelaide? Like, was it last year or the year before? When was it? It was last year, I think.
It was last year.
Okay. Do you want to explain to everyone what happened?
Well, James and I and a few others were walking. It was in Adelaide along the beach. I forget the place, but there was an ice cream shop there. And so we went for an ice cream, and the lady serving us was like, "Oh, how do you lose weight?" And I was like, "What?" Like, "How do you lose weight?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Oh, your button." And I was like, "Oh, James, I don't know. I was froze, didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do. I've memorized the scripts in my head a million times over, but this lady actually asked me what, and I was like a deer in the headlights, did not know what to do. I ended up just sort of trying to talk to her or whatever, got her Facebook, and then that was the end of it. It was so funny, but, you know, you learn. And it's nothing better than doing that first one, because it's funny. You realise, you know, you just got to practice. The more times you do it, the more comfortable it happens and the more conversions you'll get. So you can either do this business, you know, I know I'm talking like I've done a lot, but I haven't. But, you know, you can do this business and you see people get to president's team or whatever in 20 years, and you can see people get to president's team in 10 years. You know, why would you, obviously everyone's got different circumstances, but try and go as quick as you can. If you've got a Ferrari and you're going to race 0 to 100, you're not going to do it in 10 seconds in a Ferrari. You're going to try and do it as quick as you can. This company's a Ferrari. Go as fast as you can.
So, yeah, look, the next question I want to ask is, look, you know, I mean, this is all about personal development, and, you know, the definition of personal development, or from what I've learned, is overcoming obstacles in pursuit of achieving your, you know, meaningful predefined goals.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously you've had your fair share of challenges. I know you're only 22. All right, but you're a very mature 22-year-old compared to most 22-year-olds that I've seen out there. Just some of the challenges you've faced, I guess major challenges, and how have you overcome them?
All right, good question. Some of the major ones, I suppose, is just having fair. Everyone's got the same situation. I think, you know, when you start taking the products, everyone's not skeptical. Everyone bags you out. Everyone puts you down. Everyone says you're an idiot. Everyone, you know, doesn't support you along the journey. But you just got to believe in what's right for you. I started this Herbalife journey, and even when I suppose my biggest obstacle was going from a full-time job at the Shep News to having a steady income to making the jump to Herbalife, where, you know, I don't have the biggest business. I won't lie. It's growing. It's doing well now, but I obviously want to 10x it. But biggest obstacle is making that jump and stepping out of your comfort zone. And, you know, my grandma, for example, she's an old ethnic lady. She gives it to me every day. Even today, I had to drop her off at my auntie's house. She said, you know, I used to love when you'd come in and give me my tablets and have a suit and tie on. You look good, and now you're doing this shit. That's what she said. I quote exactly. So, you know, you cop it all the time from even those people who care most about you, because I don't understand what you see, the bigger picture, the vision, but you just got to believe. And that's what I did. I burnt the boats, believed in the vision, the bigger picture, the dream, my goals, and what I want to achieve out of life. So that, I suppose, you know, just go for it. And like I talked about, ego and comfort zone, and don't let other people's opinions impact what you want to do. Hope that answered your question.
No, well done, champ. So yeah, no, you're gonna get places, because look, you know, your parents, your grandparents are people that love you. You know, that's why I love mentoring young kids. I tell them, look, they want the best for you, no doubt about that, but they don't necessarily know what is best for you. So if you're going to take anything away, just remember that.
Yeah, 100%.
Good stuff.
Good on you, mate.
I know that we've got your sponsor who just put his hand up. So, Pete, what do you want to say?
G'day, guys. I don't. Can you hear me? I'm still driving my car, so I'm just coming back from Fit Club. So,
All
am
good.
I coming in? Okay, awesome. No, I just want to say, look, how proud I am. Not only that, but this business is amazing. You're like, he's 22, I'm 49, yet we can still work together and we travel together, we have interests together, we muck around together, we'll go out, there's no other business out there that will do that. And you can have fun and do the business as well. Like I'm learning from this little pocket rocket, So you just keep going, Adem, keep getting the volume up and we'll be right. No, but also, when I first met him at Fit Club, he didn't obviously want a bar of Herbalife. He was very skeptical. I'm not going to take that, whatever, da-da-da. And eventually he kept coming and he kept having the shakes. And I think I just said, look, just get on it for a month. You've got nothing to lose. You need to lose weight. And, look, to his credit, he just followed it. And he's one of these I could call him a client because he was a client back then. He just followed it and he didn't cheat. He followed it and he did a little bit of exercise and he's just one of those guys that just went out there. I haven't taught him anything. He's taught himself the marketing plan, everything. We call each other, maybe 5-6 times a day. We message each other, but it's about
Peter's wife, Anna, actually might get a bit nervous. Times that Peter and I call each other. It's quite funny.
But, it's amazing. I can't believe, he's 22 and so much knowledge for a 22-year-old and the guts to leave a full-time job and do it full-time is incredible, So I just hope he gets there, goes all the way, helps as many people as he can. And, he's a really nice kid, very humble, bit cheeky, still hasn't lost his cheekiness, but I think he'll go a long way. And he's always willing to help anyone and everyone. So if you need any help, guys, or ever need to talk to him, he's more than approachable. So, good work, mate. Awesome stuff. Very proud.
Thanks, Pete, mate. You're a legend.
Good stuff. Did anyone else have any questions they wanted to ask of this pocket rocket?
Hey, Adem.
Yes, Crackles.
Your uncle Adam Uze.
Yeah.
He's proud of you too.
What makes you say that?
Because I've been messaging him. I actually hit him up a while back, and he said that he goes, I can get it from Adem. He's done. I said he's he's proud of you too, man. He's really stoked that you've been able to do what you've done with your health and whatnot. So
yeah, no, that's good. That's good. He's been a good support. Like even for someone to come from an elite environment like him and like Kuda and whatnot, there's so many skeptical people out there. But just to hear words of encouragement, it's awesome. From people who have accomplished so much great things in the health, the fitness, the elite environment. So it's good to hear. Thanks.
Keep up the work, brother. Future President's Team member, no doubt in the world.
I'll throw it out there. My goal.
Yep.
Is by 30 to be President's Team member. I'm 23.
You'll nail it. No doubt.
I reckon it's going to be before then.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, folks. Look, thank you so much, Adem, for taking the time to present what you have. I think I can say on behalf of everyone, it's been absolute gold. So I'm going to figure out how to do it, but I'm going to unmute everybody. Give me a moment. Should know what I'm doing, shouldn't I? Second weekend. All righty. All right, folks. So we're all unmuted. let's all just show our appreciation to him for tonight.
Thank you.
Well done, mate.
Mate, well done, champ.
Thank you, mate.
Well done. Keep going.
Thank you.
Going. And never stop.
There's only one of them, Barolli.
Thank you.
That's my song. That's my song.
Barolli.
Huge fan.
There's only one of them, Barolli.
Excellent. Thanks, folks, and we shall see you next
Bye.
week.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Have a good week,
Well
folks.
done, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, folks.